Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here with a Vinyl Finds video. How's everybody doing? This video is brought to you by the beer of the VC, El Sol Cerveza. I don't know if have you seen these commercials on TV? It's like the hipster beer from Mexico. This is a Support Your Record Stores video. Record stores in California opened Friday for the first time in months since this lockdown that was, in my opinion, a little bit overdone. But we're not going to get into that. You can't go into the record stores. They do curbside. So Friday I called them up and I asked them about a couple of records that I remember that were there last time. And I went and picked them up today, Saturday, at one of the closest record stores to me, Lavelle's Records in Whittier. And I figured I would show some support. And this is a Pink Floyd, the London 1966-1967. This is the earliest recordings, studio recordings of Pink Floyd. Here's the hype sticker. This is the earliest recordings of Pink Floyd. One side is Interstellar Overdrive, a 16-minute and 46-second version, and side 2 is Nick's Boogie, 11 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm really looking forward to listening to this. I have not heard it yet, but I dig the Syd Barrett era Pink Floyd. Really cool inner sleeve with the psychedelic looking chaps. That London scene was pretty cool. And this is what the labels look like. I kind of wish it would have been on black vinyl, but well, yeah, really looking forward to that. Now, the next one is, well, let's just go for it. It's Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. It's the 2016 remastered. Comes in this bag. And then you got the album. This is the album that came out after Dark Side of the Moon. This came out, I believe, in 75. I think Dark Side of the Moon came out in 73. Now, my history with Pink Floyd, the last album I bought back in the day was Obscured by Clouds. And when Dark Side of the Moon came out, I did not buy it. Everybody else had it. So, I mean, I would go to their house and they'd be playing it. I never just felt the need to buy it. I never even heard this album until after Animals came out. And I was at a black couple's house. And, you know, I didn't really know the couple. My wife did, or my ex-wife. And, you know, when two guys are talking, you can talk about sports, you can talk about music, you know, with someone that you don't really know that well. And we were talking about music, and he was surprised that I wasn't really familiar with the newer Pink Floyd's, Animals or this one. So he threw this on, and it was pretty cool. Now, let me tell you, their house was immaculate. You walked in, and it was white on white. They had white, this lady had white couches. The carpet was white. And I even asked her, I go, damn, man, how do you keep this shit clean? And she goes, oh, I clean it every 2 weeks or so, you know, shampoo the rugs and clean the couches. And I'm going, man, that's crazy. And, I mean, I used to have a pair of white Levi's. And I couldn't put those things on without getting them dirty, you know? I mean, they look cool, though. They look cool with my black Doc Martens and my black leather jacket. And they also look cool with my Beetle boots and my red paisley shirt, you know, depending on where I was going. But, yeah, I just couldn't keep them clean. But, yeah, they were a really nice couple. We ended up going over there quite often. The other trippy thing is they had this bong. I guess it was hers. And it was shaped like a black penis. You know, yet you're hitting on the dick, and then, you know, where the balls are is where you put the weed. And it was kind of weird, but, you know, I wasn't, didn't faze me, you know. But yeah, this is a good album. It's, I don't know why I went into such detail, but yeah, I was late to this album. And it's really good. Side 1 is Shine On You Crazy Diamonds, parts 1 through 5. And just, starts out instrumentally. God dang, the dog's going crazy again. That's side 2. Side 1. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and then Welcome to the Machine is on there. And then side 2 is Have a Cigar, which I did know that song. Shine On You Crazy Diamond, 6 through 9. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm not real familiar with this album. I listened to it today, and it's fucking really good. It's kind of similar to Dark Side of the Moon. A lot of overdubbing and layers of stuff. There's even a sax on side 1 in one part. Kind of similar to, you know, how Dark Side of the Moon had a sax. And it did come with this pretty ridiculous postcard. And the third album I bought today was Pink Floyd's Animals. Now, I remember this album. It was a little more rocky, and it didn't seem like it was layered as much. There wasn't as many overdubs on this one. And this is, again, the stereo remastered album on Heavyweight 180 gram. Remastered from the original analog tapes. Bernie Gunman or whatever. Side 1 is Pigs on the Wing. It's a very short song. And then you have Dogs, which was a song that was left over from the previous album. Then you got, on side 2, Pigs, three different ones. And then you got Sheep, and I believe Sheep was also a leftover from the previous album. And then you got Pigs on the Wing, again, a really kind of soft acoustic number. And yeah, I really dig this album. Now, I had heard this one. I had not heard that other one. I remember when they toured for this, they played at Anaheim, the Angels Stadium where the Angels baseball team played. And they had this giant pig, you know, floating up in the sky. But yeah, very cool. I listened to this today. I dig it. Now, The Wall was the next album. This came out in '77. The Wall was the next album. I've never really heard The Wall. I mean, I've heard bits and pieces. Uncomfortably Numb. I mean, it's a great song, you know. So I would probably like The Wall, because I kind of like the direction they went with this. So I'll probably get The Wall, you know, and then I might be done with it. Got the lyrics. I don't think did I? Yeah, I showed the video. Yeah. Custom labels. And a dog. Yeah, this one has animal sounds. Dogs and pigs and stuff. It doesn't have the annoying tweeting birds that some of their earlier albums had. Alright, that was my 3 albums I bought from my local record store today. Now, I do have 4 albums that I got from Bomp Records. I ordered them online during this lockdown. And the first one is Velvet Fog. This is a band from Birmingham. They formed in 1968. Tony Iommi was in the band for a while in '68. He went on to form Black Sabbath. This album was recorded in '69 with the album cover that just gets me a little perky. It's a hard rock, organ-based, psych, heavy rock album. There are some like side one, Wizard of Gobsolot or whatever. That song is kind of a typical psych song from a year earlier or so. And I believe Within the Night is another one. But a lot of the other songs are kind of the heavier stuff, that organ-based stuff that Deep Purple and other bands were starting to do. And the guitar on this is quite good too. They do a cover of the Bee Gees song, New York Mining Disaster, 1941. And the first song on side 2 is a cover song also. Pretty mellow. Come Away, Melinda. I think it's a Tim Rose song. But all the others are originals. And it's pretty good. It's psychedelic, a little harder. It was in that, 69 was that era between, that psych and prog. There I go. And it's got perky labels. The other one I got from Bomp is One of Ours. When you hear the music, it's yours. Now this one I've listened to quite a bit. This is a psych album all the way. And I believe it has, well, let's read it. They only released a single, I believe. Psychedelic Illusion. That is not on here. They recorded this. It was never released until decades later. And it's really good. It's good 67, 68 psych. It's the quality, the studio quality is not like up to a Beatles standards. And this thing comes out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a really good psych album. Cool late 60s, pepperish psychedelia with inventive arrangements. Yeah, it does have some pretty inventive stuff going on. The vocals and the fuzz and, they were trying different things. The studio just wasn't up to par for what they were trying to do. It's on Outsider Records. Very cool record though. Now the third one I got from Bomp is one that I was more familiar with. It's the Zeros. Don't Push Me Around. Rare and unreleased classics from '77. The Zeros were one of the first LA punk bands. They formed in '66. Their first single came out in '77. Their second single came out in '78. Their third single came out in 1980, and then they broke up. They didn't release any albums. And this has their 3 singles. Their first single was Wimp, backed with Don't Push Me Around. 2 really great songs. The second single was Beat Your Heart Out, backed with Wild Weekend. And between those, you have 2 demos, probably from '77 or so. Side 2 starts off with 2 demos. And then you got Beat Your Heart Out, another version of that same song. And then the last 3 songs are from a single from 1980. These guys have been called the Mexican Ramones. But, that's kind of... There's a picture of the band. Really good stuff. That early punk rock. That's what the inner sleeve looks like. And it is on colored vinyl on Bomp Records. Yeah, I failed to say their first 2 singles were on Bomp. In fact, I think all 3 of their singles might have been on Bomp. Now the fourth one I bought from Bump Records is Kim Foley, Hotel Insomnia. I haven't listened to this one yet. I put it on and I took it off almost immediately. I just wasn't in the mood, or maybe it sucks. I don't know. He's kind of a dick, but I'm supporting my record store and I wanted to get some stuff. This is what the label looks like. Pretty basic Maryland. I don't know anything about this record at all. I've heard some of his albums online, and some of them are pretty goofy. Rodney Bingenheimer's on one of his albums, and it's kind of weird. Now, the last 3 records I bought from Sorry State Records back in South Carolina, I believe. Gotta support my record stores. They're selling online. And the one I wanted to get was this one, Fried EM. It's a punk rock band from St. Louis. Really simple cover. This is black and white, folks. They sound kind of like their production quality, or their sound is kind of like LA's Wasted Youth, that first album. Some of the songs are fast. Some of the songs are not so fast, mid-tempo. But really good 80s sounding punk rock. You got all the lyrics. They all fit on this little paper. Pretty similar to LA's Wasted Youth, you know. Pretty simple lyrics. And it's got this photo in here with, I mean, it's like on rice paper, you know. And he's got this Germs circle. And the record label is very basic. On black vinyl. Now, the next one is, my wife's not here to ask how you pronounce this, so I'm going to butcher it. Sonido de la Negación. Now, after I bought that one, I go, you know what, I'm going to look through what else they have and pick up a few things. This looked interesting. It's a split. You got Mural with 5 songs. They're from Colombia, Central America. And you got this one, Ordine Mudio. They're from southern Spain. I think they're from like an island that's part of Spain, if I'm not mistaken. This also sounds like 80s punk. Kind of Black Flag mixed in with that Boston hardcore sound, you know, Jerry's Kids. It's a little more brutal than this Fried EM. But it's really good if you like that kind of stuff. And you got this booklet that is completely in Spanish. But I don't really read these things that often anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And it's on black vinyl. And that's what the labels look like. It's LVEUM. Fucking something discos. And the final one that I got from Sorry State, and it's actually the one I like the best. It's Uzi, Cadena de Odio, I guess. 10 tracks, total punk. This is a band also from Colombia, Central America. And this is fantastic. Female singer, female bass player, drummer, male drummer, and male guitar player. Just really great musicianship. This drummer is fantastic. And the guitar player, man, I dig his tones. Really good band. And I really dig the singer. All in Spanish. It's on Discos, MMM. But yeah, this drummer, man. I remember there was a video a while back, you know, list your 5 favorite drummers. And there was that one dude back east. I don't know what his name is. But he made the comment that you know, he showed all 5 jazz drummers, and he said, you know, he thinks jazz musicians are just better than rock. And I kind of told him, you know what, I kind of think punk rock has some of the best drummers. And that's what the label looks like, Uzi. And, you know, then he commented back, well, most rock drummers can't play the subtle stuff that some of these jazz guys do. I told him, I don't think some jazz guys could play what these punk guys are doing, you know? Just a matter of opinion, though. Pretty cheesy drawing there, man. But there's a picture of the singer. Enough to frighten you to death. Really cool. All in Spanish. But it's okay, you know. You can't understand the words of this shit that I listen to. Take care, everybody. Support your record stores. Get up off your ass. Take care.